Hello, Scorpio. My name is NiJiLL. You have found alchemy. Welcome to your July 2025 reading. If you listened to your summer reading, you already know that these are the cards that we re-pulled for that reading. So if you didn't see me shuffling them, that is why. I wanted to add that, oh, this got crooked a little bit here. I guess it was me trying to put my rings on. So sorry. These are fairy cards, and I haven't used these cards in quite some time. So to commemorate the fact that I am using the fairy cards, we are using fairy dirt to attract the fae. Well, the truth is there is a story behind that. In 2014, I took a trip to Ireland, and the locals there sort of led us up a path, or it was actually a dirt road, about a half a mile. And they said at the end of the dirt road, or nearing the end of the dirt road, there was a tree that they called the fairy tree. And if you went there with a piece of ribbon and tied a ribbon on one of its branches and made a wish, the fairy would grant your wish. Long story short, the fairy did grant my wish. All I could say is be careful what you wish for, Scorpio. But in any case, yes, to commemorate that, I figured I would bring that back out. It's very old dirt at this point. So that said, I am going to re-summarize this in case you didn't watch the summer reading. If I encourage you to, it's very short. I think it's a nice overview. I won't hit on everything that I talked about, but I'll just hit on enough to where you know what's going on. So let me move some of this out of the way. Let's put this here for now, and I will come back to it. And you have the Seven of Pentacles. And in this deck, the only association to this card is Earth. Now, what's interesting, I should say, is that this Seven of Pentacles is different. I wish I should have pulled another card, but the Seven of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite deck, it's pretty similar, except he's looking up. He's leaning on his tool, looking up, looking at his creation, looking at his harvest, you know, what he worked for. He's looking at it. He's admiring it. In this depiction, and this is an alternate card from the deck, he is continuing to work, even though there is obviously a harvest to admire. He continues working. Now, this tells us that you may be tempted to judge something instead of continuing to work, perhaps. There is somebody here that's working by choice, so we'll keep that sort of under our hat. His harvest either isn't quite ready, or he was so happy with the harvest that he admired it, and now he's working on next year's harvest. So whatever it is he's doing here, he is doing by choice. And it looks like he's happily doing it here, Scorpio. So I know that doesn't tell us much yet, but let's keep going. Now, it does pay to note, these larger cards, when they come in reverse, I do not take them in reverse, but I take note of them when they come in reverse. And this particular card did come in reverse. If you want to go watch the shuffle, you can see it in the summer reading. But now that basically tells us definitely that there may be some point this month where you're ready to give up on something. But being that we take this in the upright, it is a not so fast type energy. Not so fast, Scorpio, because something good is about to happen. So let's keep that under our hat. I like that. You have here the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles is Saturn and Capricorn energy. Now, what's interesting here is this too came in reverse, and this is the card of holding on to something, right? And there may be a time this month where you're looking to not hold on to something, where you're looking to walk away. Perhaps you're not seeing the results you want to see. You're not seeing the recognition that you'd like to see. I'm trying to get this to refocus here. It will refocus. I'm really sorry here, Scorpio. Let me just... So it will refocus. I just don't want to spend too much time on this and get caught up in it. But bottom line is here, Scorpio, with this Saturn and Scorpio energy, you had thoughts of releasing something, thoughts of letting it go, and you're sticking to it. Okay, whatever it is, you are sticking to it. Damn, it's so weird. It always refocuses. Okay, all right, Spirit, I gotcha. Things aren't always going to be as clear as you'd like them to be this month. They're just not, no matter what you do. So you're going to have to live through that, sit through that, and wait for it to refocus. You do have next up here, you have the sun. And the sun has come in, and look at that. As soon as I put the sun out there, it focused. Isn't that funny? Now the sun came in its truly upright fashion. So it was not in reverse. So the sun comes out, it refocuses everything, and your priorities change, and you change your mind about giving up on something, about walking away from something, about letting something go. It is Leo energy. But again, here comes the clarity. Here comes the sun. Also, Leo season, we did mention in your summer reading that Leo season would be a pivotal time for you. So definitely look up those dates, July, August, Leo dates. But here we have clarity and we have contentment. And here you have the 8 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords asks you, are you using all the tools at your disposal? She isn't. She knows she's surrounded by swords. She could at any moment take that blindfold off, unbind herself, get to that castle, and get herself out of that situation. But she's choosing not to. She either doesn't see that she has the ability to do this, or something. But it is temporary energy, and you do refocus on this. Okay, you have and here look at these cards. You have the 10 of Cups. And we know that the 10 of Cups and the Sun are the two happiest cards in the deck. The 10 of Cups is Neptune and Pisces energy. It's completion. It's realization of a dream. It's happiness. It's joy. It's movement in the right direction. It's a happy culmination for sure. I mean, if that isn't good enough, you have the 9 of Pentacles coming in. I mean, these are all coming in the upright. Go watch the shuffle and layout in the other reading. Slow it down so you could really see that they have fallen out by themselves. So you have the 9 of Pentacles, that's Jupiter and Capricorn energy. It's prosperity, it's success, it's goals achieved. There's a goal achieved here. And I look at this like it is that harvest. You finally enjoying your harvest. And if all that wasn't good enough, you do have the card of Aquarius here, which is the star. And when I see the star is blessings. It's a wish coming true. It's healing. It's a renewal. It is a renewal. And it's also that North Star, right? That guiding light, that inner compass. So you may go through a period of time where your inner compass is disrupted, but it's going to be temporary, and you're going to get back on track here. Now we add up. Oh wait, before I do that, there's going to be a time when those cards were in reverse before the sun comes out, where you are resistant. You're going to be resistant to continuing down this path. Try to wait that out here, Scorpio, until you finish and you see, and the sun comes out, and you see things a little bit more clearly. But there's going to be a moment, there's going to be a time where you're like, I am done. I have had it. This could be a job. This could be a relationship. I am tired of working. I'm tired of seeing no results. And then you start to see little sprouts coming up. And you're like, wow, finally. And that you don't mind. Nobody minds working that hard if you're starting to see something, right? Nobody minds doing favors for somebody if you have gratitude coming out of it. I mean, you need to get something positive out of it. And I think this is going to be the month you do it. When we add all this up and we break it down, we get your energy. So you separate Pluto, Scorpio energy, number 10. You're going to be stepping into your own strong energy, but you're going to have to go through this death rebirth process. But nobody's more comfortable in that energy than you, Scorpio. Okay. Over here, you pulled 3 of these cards, and the first is Pisces in the 12th house. It says karma, shadow, and secrets. Karma, shadow, and secrets. That is more Neptune energy. You have a lot of Neptune energy so far. The 12th house brings light to what lies unconscious, waiting to be awakened, waiting to be realized, waiting to be seen. Okay, so there is going to be a light shining on something here for sure. You also have Taurus. It says tactile, grounded, and stable. And I think you could be dealing with a Taurus for sure. Somebody with Taurus highly aspected in their chart. But this is a fellow fixed sign. Like yourself, they are very grounded, very stable, very tunnel visioned once they get their focus. And you're going to, like we saw in this reading, get refocused for sure. And when you finally devote yourself to that thing at the end of the tunnel, like your fellow fixed sign here, your fellow brother, Taurus, you will manifest. Something will come. You do have quincunx. And this is, it says a dissonance, adjustment, discord. So you have to go through a period of time where things are out of focus. Things are a little bit fuzzy. Things are a little bit, there's an adjustment needed, right? Definitely an adjustment needed. There's going to be a period of time where you're like ready to give up, like we talked about. And that is going to bring with it some negative emotions. Try to work through that. Try to stick around past that, because that's when the good stuff comes here. And, you know, you do have Jupiter here. And Jupiter is the ruling planet of Sagittarius. It also pays to mention that Jupiter is going to be in the sign of Cancer in July 2025. And for Scorpio, well, let's backtrack a little. Jupiter entered Cancer in June. I believe it was the 9th, 2025. It remains there until June 2026. This transit is particularly beneficial for you, Scorpio, as a fellow water sign Cancer, and Jupiter will be transiting through Scorpio's 9th house, which is associated with higher learning, higher education, travel, and expansion. So enjoy that transit for sure. You also have Neptune. Why doesn't that surprise me? That's a big deal for you this month for some reason, right? Another water sign, Neptune. Yeah, there is Neptune here very heavily in your reading. And I have to tell you, that Piscean energy, like you could be dealing with a Pisces, but I have to tell you, that's that Neptune energy. Now with Neptune, it is two things. It's a higher octave of Venus. What is Venus? Venus is our love life. Venus is also our money, our goals, things like that, right? But it's also a planet of disillusionment, illusion, self-deception, confusion, something like that. So both of those things could be true for you this month, or just one of them. Let's see. We're going to keep going and find out. You do have Mountain here. You have Mountain and Child. And with these cards together, they could be many things in many readings, but I'm really getting the idea of the Child here being kind of like the Fool card in many ways, right? What seems like a mountain at first, the Child looks at it and says, no problem. Where the adult would look at it and say, oh, I'm never going to get over that thing. It's pointless. I'm not even going to try. The Child will be like, let's just do it, right? So the Child in you is going to step forward here in this situation, somehow, some way here, Scorpio. You have someone around you here, and I have to tell you, not a nice person, right? However, in the midst of things, this person doesn't seem to affect your world, but yet it's coming up in your reading. Just as a reminder that not everyone around you is your friend. I mean, you probably know that better than any other sign, but you have apology and gaslight here. Apology says, I'm still not over what happened and would appreciate an apology. This could be two different people. There might be someone you're working with. There might be someone that you're involved with that really wants an apology from you, whether they're telling you that or not. But then there's someone else, a gaslighter. It says, I will deliberately manipulate your perception of reality until you are doubting your own experiences. Could it be the same person? Yes, or at least one of you, it definitely is. You could be dealing with a gaslighter in your personal and your love life. This could be a family member. This could be a coworker. But like I said, I think your reading is really about your personal goals this month. But in the background, there's something else going on, for sure, right? You do have here North, expansion, number 1. And there's that, we don't attribute this to the star card, but I do. And this is a product of air, this card. And it tells us to do our research, right? Do your research as you're guided. The mountain that we discussed over there, it will start to take focus, and you will know, you either know or you will know your cosmic purpose, and somehow in July, it's going to snap into focus, and suddenly things are going to seem easy. Things that did not seem easy initially, things that you never thought would ever be easy here, Scorpio. You do have Child of the Cosmos, and that's kind of like this card here, right? The intelligence of the universe lies within you. What did I say? It is your cosmic purpose. Sounds all all woo-woo, but it's really not. You're going to figure out where you belong. I think many of you don't know. I think, and this could be a goal that you have in mind. This could be something that you've been working on, and you're like, ah, it's never going to show anything. You come very close to quitting something this month. But don't do it, because you are unlocking something. You are. Something is being unlocked. You have a key. It says was locked can now be opened. So just hang in there here, Scorpio, because something really good is about to happen to you. No lie. Here you have a sigil. This is a Norse sigil. Veldisman. Protection, vitality, healing. At least one of you may be healing from something, for sure. But there's vitality here on the table, and you may not feel that right now, but you are definitely going to feel it at some point this month, and I think it's going to be after that Leo energy hits you. You do have more star here. You have another star. This is Aquarius. What did we say the star was? Blessing, healing, your North Star. Your North Star, your internal compass is going to kick in. Here are your letters for the month. You have B, C, W, and M, as in Mary. Now, one of these letters, all of these letters might mean something. I always tell you, it could be someone's initials, it could be an office, it could be the name of a street, the name of a city, a restaurant, anything like that. Just keep an open mind with this. But one of them or all of them will mean something by the end of the month here, Scorpio. Now, here are your 3 legs, and like I told you, these are fairy cards, but it's pretty much the same thing. Now, these legs can come in order. It comes in order for many, many people, but being that tarot is not a science, we know that it can come out of order as well, right? You do have Ace, water, coming in here. Pisces, Cancer, and you, Scorpio. Stepping into your own power here, Scorpio. You have the 10 of spring. This is Sagittarian energy, kind of like with that Jupiter energy up there, right? So you have this on this leg, and the 10 of spring is trying to balance your career and your personal life, or multiple hats at work. Maybe you're trying to do way too many things by yourself, or maybe you're trying to balance a side hustle that you really love and you want to see take off, and you're trying to juggle a lot of things. Okay, if this is something at work, you need to reassign tasks and ask for help. You have to figure out where you're giving too much and not being replenished. If it's a relationship, that needs to be rebalanced and rethought of and restructured. It's the same with your work. You need to have a balanced personal life and work. Here you have the 7 of winter. And, the 7 of winter is, this, first of all, it is Aquarius energy. But more than that, this is the sort of reassessment we were talking about up here. Here, it's now on the table, right? Revision time. It's time to take your strategy and revise it. This is also a beware of self-deception card. There's that Neptunian energy, right? That self-deception of saying, I'm just going to give up because this is not bearing any fruit. Okay, that's how deception can look. It doesn't always have to look like rose-colored glasses. It could be you're wearing dark glasses and they really should be more clear. But the bottom line is you do have the 9 of spring ending this whole leg, and I like that for you, and I'll tell you why. Because the 9 of spring is Sagittarian energy. It's pressing on and not giving up. It's kind of like your overarching summer cards, right? A change of mind is beneficial, it is fertile, and it makes you go on. And it's almost just in time. It's just in time before you say, the hell with it, I'm walking away. Okay? It's like, it's that, it is almost like that wounded warrior card in the Rider-Waite deck. When we add this up and we break it down, it's really not surprising we get Mars energy, Aries energy, courage, assertiveness, action. You step into action. I like that for you. And you're stepping into your power as the ultimate water sign. In my opinion, that's what Scorpio is. Now on leg 2 here, you have, it says transcendence and unity. Something coming together here. Something coming together. Let's see what it is. You have awakening. This is like the Hangman card. You see that fairy hanging upside down? But see, you notice how it says awakening here? It is Piscean energy. It's more Neptune energy, like we talked about a few times already, right? It is a new, in this deck, this card is a new point of view. It's awakening to something else. Beautiful, perfect energy for all the things we've already talked about, right? You have here as your center card, and you know what, your center card is really an important card for this reading. You have the Eight of Summer, and you know, the Eight of Summer is it could be, many times it's a relocation. Many times it's a promotion. Many times it's a job change, or it is a turning point, like we talked about here. It's moving forward with something. And it's quick, very quick. It goes from being non-existent to being very quick moving energy. And here you have unity, ending this leg. I like that for you. It is Taurus energy, like we talked about up here, right? It is Taurus energy. And what's great is that you have unity here. You have unity twice. See that? Yeah. Two different decks. Now I could tell you in this deck, for the fairy deck, this unity card is remaining true to yourself. It's a recommitting to something. It's establishing a commitment. Could be to yourself, could be to this new goal, but there's something here that's coming together in unity. I'm telling you, it's going to be a very good thing. We add this up and we break it down. Neptune energy again. That Piscean energy. In this case, it is definitely a higher octave of Venus. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Okay? Like that for you. Unity twice. Now, when we go to third leg, you may experience some lack or doubts. Hey, we talked about that up here. If you start to feel lack or doubts or anything like that, you have to understand, at least in the back of your mind, say, I know this is how I feel now, but that means there's something good coming, right? So kind of brace yourself for that instead of getting lost in this. You do have the 10 of winter here. And the 10 of winter is, you know, definitely Gemini energy. It's definitely like a resolution of difficulties. For at least one person out there, this could have something to do with addiction. The ending of an addiction, the putting to rest an addiction. But for everybody else, and honestly for you too, Scorpio, if that's you, there is a heavy burden off your shoulders now. And whether that's an addiction or a job or a person or a situation where you were doing way too much, or that depressing energy where you feel like you're not getting anywhere and you really want to get somewhere, that is gone here. And you do have the King of Autumn coming in next. This is more Taurian energy. I'd be really surprised if there wasn't a Taurus in your energy somewhere here, for sure. But, you know, this is a thriving career. Many more things to come. Many more things to come. You're moving into this King energy. And you do have the Princess of Spring coming in sideways. So you're going to have to make a decision at the end of this leg somehow. You may have some lacks. You may have some doubts. You may be going through some sort of a thing here. All right. But the thing is that it's going to end well. You're going to have a choice to make. This is Sagittarian energy again. It is the Princess of Spring is expansion of your horizon. It's fearlessness. It's staying focused. That's that word again, focus, right? But it's a choice you're going to have to make. I think, you know, I really feel bad if there's anyone out there that feels these doubts and gets lost in them and doesn't open themselves up to the thing that could happen this month, because it really is good energy here, Scorpio. So please at least give yourself a fighting chance, because this is energy that I wish I had in my reading, okay? And to drive it home, this leg adds up to a number 10, which is your energy. It's Pluto Scorpio energy, change, completion, rebirth energy for you, Scorpio. Now let's look at your challenges. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. You have a North Node here, your cosmic purpose. What do we talk about up there? You're going to find it difficult to attain this, but you're going to, it's a challenge. It's going to be a challenge this month, but it's going to be a challenge well worth the investment of time. There is that North Star, North Node, cosmic purpose energy. You're going to feel left out in the cold. You may be feeling alone. You may be feeling depressed at some point this month, despair. You may feel like someone has really, or a group of someone has really screwed you over. You may feel like you're in something all alone. You may feel like giving up. You may feel like giving up. Saturn and Taurus energy, but here you have more. This is really interesting. You have more Leo energy, but you got this side of the death card, and this is facing a demon, right? And this is absolutely a card of addiction. So there's one Scorpio out there, and I'm not saying it's like a bunch of you. There is one Scorpion out there who is facing a problem with an addiction, and it could be drugs, it could be alcohol, it could be smoking, it could be shopping, it could be anything, but it's something that you're going to face, and it's not going to be easy. Do you see how the Strength card is facing her demons? And do you see that that infinity symbol? This is something that has been around for a long time, and you're doing it by yourself. There is good news on the way, right? You do have here the Three of Pentacles, the Saturn and Capricorn energy. Collaborating with others. Maybe you're going to find that challenging, but it's going to be worth it. That's all I can say. It's going to be worth it. When we add this column up and we break it down, does it really surprise you that we get Neptune again? Confusion, there it comes. There's the confusion, that self-deceptive illusion that you're going to face and you're going to conquer here, Scorpio. Okay, and here are your opportunities. After, you're going to look at the guilt. I don't know if it's guilt. Sabotage. You're going to look at this depression, this sabotage energy, and you're going to look at it like an opportunity, because I've been telling you through this whole reading, right after that, something good happens. So when this happens, you're going to look, I am telling you that you need to look at it as an opportunity, okay? You have the Hierophant here. Taurus energy, again, the back of it, all right? Breaking free from something, again. Finding your keys to the kingdom. Do you see the keys? I'm going to put that here so I can really look at it. Yeah, the second you have the High Priestess. The High Priestess. Take the time to reflect on what you have learned, because you know, okay? You know. Two major arcana. Yeah. What have you learned? What is your truth? You're going to learn a truth, and here it is. Here is the Death card, and as you know, that is your card, but you have received this side of the card, and this is pure rebirth energy. Yes, it's Scorpio. Yes, it's Pluto, but it's pure. This is a gift. You've been given a gift of rebirth. And look at that. Your opportunities. Three major arcana. Right? Three major arcana. When we add this up and we break it down, you know what we get? We get the Sun. Leo energy. Go right back to this part of the reading. Here comes the Sun, right? Happiness, clarity. This is where you're going to end up. Do not blow this. This is a really, really good opportunity for you. Where's my other deck? Let me see. It's really interesting how that focused only when the Sun card came out. And I tried. And it always focuses for me with that deck. It's really weird. Okay, for Scorpio, please. For Scorpio. For Scorpio, you have the Darkening Scorpio. And that is number 12 in this deck. The Darkening is an interesting card. Let me show it to you this way. It is depth, it's readiness, right? In alchemy, the darkness is an achievement, right? It indicates the material that we're talking about has been through a significant occurrence, sometimes called an initiatory experience, right? It's brought it into a state of readiness for something. And we talked about that. In the darkness, we prepare. We're moved beyond the small talk and the chit-chat of the upper world, and we descend into the psychic levels of the soul. This is very scorpionic when you think about it, right? When this card appears, it's not necessary to delve, right, into what brought you here. It's time to heal. This is a time of healing. It's a time of remedy. Definitely. If you are into meditation at all, I would invite you to do that, especially this month, for sure. Yeah. It's definitely linked to Pluto, this card. So here we go again. It's a Plutonic card. Now, when we do your numbers, it's even more interesting here, Scorpio, because when we add all the numbers up in the whole reading and we break it down, we get the Sun. It breaks down to a number 2, which is the Sun. It's Leo energy. So you have the Sun illuminating your way. The number that came out the most in this reading was number 10, and that is your number. That is Pluto Scorpio. The planet that came out the most in this reading was Neptune. And we talked about that over and over again. That's Piscean energy, delusion, self-deception, but also a higher octave of Venus, right? And I think both are present in this reading. The sign that came out the most was indeed Pisces, which is more Neptune energy, okay? So you are, the signs that we talked about were Cancer, Virgo, Aries, Sagittarius, Pisces, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, Gemini, Leo, and Capricorn. Remember Pisces being the top sign. And I do think it's because of that Neptune energy. So you have that overabundance of Neptune energy in this reading. You have Pluto, which is your ruling planet here, going kaboom. And you have the sun, which is shining brightly on you. It's going to be a really good month. Just allow it. Allow it. And if there's something you're very, very close to giving up on, don't do it. Don't give up on it. Not this month. Okay? I wish you all the best. I will see you next time.